Hey, Dark Knight here, bringing you another DC Collectibles review. Today we're going to be looking at the DC Comics Designer Series Greg Capullo Batgirl figure. So like the 0-year Batman figure, I was way too excited and I had to open this figure up as well. So again, we're kind of looking at a mostly empty box. Batgirl's box is like the other figures in the series, mostly just the same, just different colors. We got some nice yellow here. Some nice art from Greg Capullo, Batgirl right here. Again, pretty much the same stuff as the 0-year Batman figure. Batgirl on the side and her 3 batarangs. I will take a closer look when we get to the figure, so let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. And here's Batgirl out of the packaging. Now, when they announced Batgirl for the Greg Capullo series, I was extremely excited. Batgirl is one of my favorite characters in the Batman universe, and just, God, I was excited when they announced it. And having the figure in hand now, it's a complete disappointment! In fairness, the figure isn't a total failure. The paint and the sculpting is really great. It's just the articulation is complete crap. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the paint and sculpt, because it's the only good thing about this thing. And here's Batgirl up close. Like I said, the paint and the sculpt on this thing are definitely the best things about it, especially in the face. I absolutely love the material DC Collectibles has been using for flesh lately. It just has a very nice feel to it. It looks like real flesh. I love how her lips are done. And the nose, again, kind of what I was talking about, with the flesh tones. And she actually has some red in here. It's very nicely done. You got the eyelids. And I love the blue. It's so striking. Very nicely done cowl. The paint apps are pretty clean. And actually on the back, we have Batgirl's hair coming out. And there's actually paint shading. That's pretty new for DC Collectibles. It's usually just kind of a matte color, unless it's in the flesh. Very well done suit. Again, the paints are very clean and the sculpt is wonderful. There's a lot of nice detail going on here. Got like the abs and the ribbing going on over here. And if you lift up the cape, it actually carries over to the back. And the cape is also very well done. It's made out of very soft rubber-like material. And it's pretty much just two-tone. It's the black and the gold on the inside. And I love the gold they use. It's actually very metallic looking. It's got the little flecks in there, and I love that. Very nicely done belt. You can see the bat head here kind of going into the belt. And more of that ribbing going on here. Then we got the boots. Boots are a little on the paint. It's actually where it kind of falls apart here. And pretty plain looking heels. I would have liked maybe a bit more detail, but I can deal with it. And she does have a pickle at the bottom of her feet. And like I said, where the figure is a complete disappointment is the articulation. It's awful. You really can't do much with this figure. It's pretty much right back to the old DC Direct days where you just had the one elbow joint and the one knee joint and, you know, maybe you had a head swivel. As far as Batgirl's articulation, she can sort of look up and down. It's a little bit of a rock here. She can sort of pivot her neck. She can look side to side, but not very much. At least on my figure, it's very stiff. Her shoulder can go up that high. Her arm can go up this high. And something that really bothers me about this figure is, look right here. There's a perfect placement for a bicep swivel here. The sculpt lends itself to it, and I don't understand why there isn't one. This is perfect. It's one of the best things about these new 52 suits. They lend themselves to action figures. You can just, it's a simple cut here. I don't understand why they didn't do it. Anyways, she has a single jointed elbow that can only go that far. She has a swivel at the glove. Zero torso articulation, no waist swivel, nothing. Her leg can go out that far. It's probably the best part of the articulation. You can go back that far. She does have a thigh swivel. I don't understand why she has it when the articulation is so limited. Single jointed knee. That actually goes back pretty far. She has a mid boot cut. And that's where the articulation stops. And also no in and out movement. So I don't even understand why they gave us all this leg articulation when the torso can barely move. Why even have the thigh cuts? Why even have the boot swivel? There's no point. I can't use them. Something else to know about Batgirl, she is very hard to stand. I mean, I can't even tell you how to get her to stand. You just have to really kind of work the legs a bit and just hope that it works. Partly, I think, is because of how thin her heels get here, so it winds up just being almost impossible to stand. I got it right there. There you go. So what's helping me, if you want to know, is just kind of turning these. So I guess I am glad that they do have those because it's the only way to get her to stand. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at Batgirl's accessories, what few she has. And here's Batgirl's one accessory. She just comes with 3 of these. They're pretty plain, you know, there's no real detail on them. Batgirl can hold them, you just kind of have to work them right into her hand. I was trying to do them like this for the longest time and they just fall out. So what I figured out to do is kind of have it go through the fingers there. Like that. And then she can hold it just fine. For ears included, Batgirl stands just under 7 inches tall. Batgirl stands about the same height as Jim Gordon. She stands about half a head taller than the DCUC Power Girl. She's just a little shorter than the Greg Capullo Batman. All in all, I really want to say I like this figure, but in good conscience, I can't say it. Just the articulation just destroys this figure. It takes us right back to the old DC Direct days. However, the paint and the sculpt is wonderful. I can only recommend this, though, if you're a completist or if you really love Batgirl and you really need it. It's the only reason I'm not completely mad at this figure, because I love Batgirl and I love the Greg Capullo series. I just wish so much that this figure was better. So if you want to pick this up, you can probably find it at your local comic book store, BigBadToyStore.com, or Amazon.com. So if you like this video, let me know. Leave a comment, a like, maybe even subscribe. Especially if you want to see my top 10 figures of 2014 video, which will be coming up next. So till next time, stay dorky, my friends.